Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to set out and format a Word document. This is particularly useful for those people doing ICT at GCSE who have to produce planning documents. So the first thing you do, we've got a dummy one here that was submitted for one of the units, and as you can see we've got starts off, he's got his headings bold and underlined, which are fabulous. He's got some images. So it's just a basic document that you'd expect, but there's no real coherence to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'll show you, this is what you're going to be working with. This is the style panel, and for example we've got planning here. We change, and the reason it's affecting everything is because there's no separation between it and the writing below, so put it back to normal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a heading 1 because planning is a major subject. Choice of software is part of planning, so I'm going to make that a heading 2. If I come down now, I'm going to make folders a heading 1. That's not part of planning. Mind map is, make that heading 2. I'll move folders in a moment. I'll show you how to do that easily. First thoughts, make that a heading 2. Make that a heading 2. Doesn't matter about what it looks like at the moment. Make that a heading 2. It's still part of planning. Storyboard still part of planning. Mood board still part of planning. Fonts, that's an image grab which is ridiculous. Never mind. Heading 2. Heat map. Heading 2. Hyperlink styles. Everything to do with this, we could actually put another title in there. We could put in branding. I'll make branding the heading 1. Now, promotion is a different thing, so this is going to be a different section again. Let's just stay on the branding. We'll keep it under branding. I'm not really interested in this one is document. That's going to be a heading 1 because it's a separate thing altogether. These are subject to that, so we'll make them heading 2s. Also at the bottom, in fact at the bottom there, I have no idea what that is, so we'll just delete that off. Right, okay. So what we've got is our document that is now sorted with H1 and H2s, and just for the sake of it I'm going to make this one a H3. I'll make this normal again. Okay, you can see everything's different, so you would need eventually to go through and select those texts and make it normal, so it's all consistent. The biggest problem with documents are they're inconsistent. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll do this one, so I'm going to use that one for demonstration. So we've got that. So we've got our headings in, and we've got our normal text, our body text sorted. Now, why do we do that? What advantages are to that? Well, first of all, if you go to View and we choose Navigation pane, you can now see all your headings and you can jump through your document quite easily. So it's saved under Scan and Find. Now, folders, I'm going to drag folders right down to the bottom because it's the last thing you put in. The problem is mind map's part of that, so I'm going to drag that back and put into here. Structure diagram, storyboards, mood boards. Mind map will come in at the beginning of that. As you can see, you can just So that's better than it was. I'm not sure what First Thoughts is doing now. Okay. So that makes more sense now. As you can see, quite easily you can change what the document is laid out without even going to the document. You just drag the bits around. So that's really simple. So that's the first advantage. The second advantage is if we go to the beginning, so we've got to planning, it's the start of our document. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a content page. So we'll back these are the references, table of contents, just choose the top one, and what it's done immediately is pulled out all our headings. Okay, so we've got, and every time one of these changes, all you need to do is go to contents, update the table, update the entire table, and away we go. So if we were going down to sort of design, because he's got these silly highlighting on, if I do that, that should now, if you go back to the beginning, which is quite easy to do, Control Home, and we update the table, update the entire table, and okay, so it's taking that off now. So it reflects what happens in the document. Now at the moment it's telling you where the page numbers are, so what we need to do is put page numbers in. So we'll just double click this. Page number, bottom of page, bottom right, plain, that will do nicely. I had that already done, so I pasted that in, and that's done now. And what we'll do now is go to contents, update the table, update the page numbers only, and there we are. So they should all match now quite nicely, and that's as per the requirements for any of your GCSE documents you need to submit to the moderators. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to insert a cover page. So I'm just going to click on this, I'm going to choose one that I quite like. Let's have a look. Doesn't really matter what we do, I like them quite blank, so we'll choose that one. So at the beginning of the document now, you just type in your thing. So this, for example, would be R002 business solutions. I know that's not the name, it doesn't really matter. You put the top and subtitle in there, date, put in your number and the school number in there just for the sake of it. And then you've got, so now you've got from what was a fairly basic, horrible document, you've now got a document that actually looks professional. You've got professional contents which shows the moderator exactly which page everything is on. You can use your navigating pane, which makes it easy to flick through the document. So we've got hyperlink styles, we go in there, and we start actually sorting the document out now. Now the last thing I wanted to do, if I use Control Home again, I'll go back to the front, and what I wanted to show you was this here. Now this is normal at the moment, so if we go back to the style panel, this is normal. Now when you've got a lot of text together, it's quite condensed and it's really quite difficult to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to modify this. Now you can do this to any of your styles, your headings or your text. And I'm going to modify the paragraph. And I'm going to say I want you to be at 1.5 lines. And it shows you on here roughly what you're going to get. So it's spreading the writing out, and you'll see what happens in a moment. See, already now it looks a lot better. Now the other choice is, do I want it only in this document, or all my documents I make based on this template? Well, I want it to be based on this template. So I'm going to click OK. So every time now I change my normal, if I choose this, it changes the font, but it also puts it where it should be, like so. Okay, the other thing I want to do is, I don't want this on the same page as this. I want my heading 1s to start a new page. So I'm going to click modify. I'm going to go to paragraph once again. I'm going to go to line page breaks, and I'm going to say I want you to make a new page. Put a page break in before the H1, so it always appears at the top of the new page. And click OK, and then click OK again. Automatically update new documents. Click OK, and I'll find now that every time I've got a H1, which is the one sat on the outside, they're at the top of the new page. So again, it actually separates your document properly. Okay, and that's all there is to it.